Okay, we are back. It's your TruSons brought to you by the Players Lounge, man. I am Kevin Rutland. I'm here with Sean Weatherspoon and Jeremy Maclin, man. Fellas, how we doing this week? How you been?
I would have been better if we'd have won Friday night, but I'm good, man. I can't complain. I can't complain. I'm good.
Mac, we're supposed
Hey,
to be covering college.
My bad. My bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
I understand, man. I understand. Coach Spoon, how are you this
I
week,
won't,
man?
even, I won't even get involved with what Mac talking about. Man, I'm doing great, man. I'm excited to be, on the pod tonight talking a little college football. It's been a great weekend of football, man. So let's do it.
Yes, sir. Let's get right into it, man. 52-10. Somebody, okay, I got you. Don't even look at me. You see me looking? Somehow, J Mac predicted that score, like precisely. So hats off to you for doing that, because I think that might have been the first time that's been done on this show. That was pretty special. You got lucky, obviously,
But the first time it was almost done was also by me too. So
why do you remember that?
Yeah.
because it's a skill of mine. What my boy say? I got a special set of skills.
Was Liam Neeson now?
Liam said that I got a special set of skills.
You know how to
Man.
predict scores of college football games. 52-10. Let's get into some of the stats, man. And I know one thing we talked about last week was how do you prepare for a game like this, coming off of a rivalry win, and you got that kind of catch me game because you have South Carolina coming to the building this Saturday. And apparently we did it, man. Some of the things you guys said were defense. Spoon, you talked about, hey, look at the film. Even after a win, really analyze that film. J-Mac said 1-0 each week, and we proved to do that. You know what I mean? So let's talk about what we liked from our game versus University of Louisiana. What'd you see, Jeremy, from the offense that you did like?
I mean, let's start with the obvious, man. They ran the heck out the football.
Oh, my goodness.
Hardy is a man. He's a man. He's a man. I guess he must have said something about them or him losing to them last year, with where he was at his previous school, and it seemed like Drink and Moore were like, hey, we're gonna make sure this guy has a huge game, but also credit to him, man. The first guy never brings him down. He's gonna run through you. His legs never stop running. They never stop turning. I don't know if he's as fast as the guy I'm about to compare him to, but man, when I look at his legs, like I think of Saquon. Like I don't know if he's that type of talent, but like the size of his legs, how he runs, man. Like I said, the first guy doesn't bring him down. It seemed like Drink was like, hey, we're going to physically dominate this team because we should, and that's what they did. And even defensively, I know it's not my side of the ball, but you take away that one long run, they were dominant defensively too, physical and in every which way. So I think that was probably the game plan going into it. It was like, hey, we're going to physically impose our will on y'all.
Yeah, definitely. Spoon, last week you said you wanted to see Mizzou pitch a shutout. We didn't quite get it done. Jeremy picked the 10. They got 10 points. Still a lot to like from holding a team to 10 points in college football. That's impressive feat. What did you see that you like from our defense, Spoon?
Yeah, when you look at their numbers, man, they should have never had 10 points. 84-yard run, had to do it every time, man. Just one of those runs that you're thinking about over the weekend, like, dang, we get that out of there, and it's almost a perfect game. I think defense came out. I knew UL was going to have a tough time throwing the football just based on how they had threw the football as the season's gone so far, even before us. But it was a good showing for us to go out and be dominant against a team that we should be dominant against. I just believe that we really could score 100 points on that team if we wanted to. So kudos to Drink for being good sportsman, having good sportsmanship, and I'm putting out a great game plan together for our players to go out and execute. And I love to see the quarterback on the ground and them not being able to throw the ball. I think that's going to really scare some other teams as we come across some great quarterbacks in the SEC, man.
So now that we've seen 3 games, so you can kind of call the talent what you want to call it. KU being the best team that we faced. What do you think offensively, J-Mac, that we can hang our hats on for the rest of the season? The running game, or are we just like a balanced team this year offensively?
I think we're balanced, but I think our run game is gonna be kind of our identity. We got 2 really good backs, and even what Bo adds in the run game as well as a quarterback. He's a sneaky athlete. But I think that run game, man, it wasn't even the fact that we ran for as many yards as we did. It was how efficient we were. And it was like, hey, y'all know it's coming. I don't care. Come stop it. Right?
Yeah.
9 for 13 on third down. Like 42 minutes of possession. Like, I
That's
don't care
crazy.
who you're playing, man, against any FBS school. That's a tough thing to do. I've seen that. I watch schools, big-time schools, struggle with Sun Belt and all these other American schools, man, because it's college ball, man. So I was very impressed with that. You take away the interception, like, offensively, it was a pretty flawless game.
It was. I mean, I think coming into it, I don't know if anyone knew what to expect from Bo. I think it's safe to say that we are getting a lot more out of him than we probably could have bargained for. I think you think a quarterback coming into the season, literally into week 1, and they're in a battle, it's like, are we just picking the guy who can make 1 or 2 more plays than the other? Or I guess it seems like now it was just a really competitive offseason, right?
Well,
if he's playing as well.
I think it's credit to him, though, because I think, like you said, you go into week 1 understanding that, hey, like, I'm playing for a job here, right, according to what was released. But I think he handled it so well. And honestly, like, sometimes you can see it going both ways. That, hey, unfortunately, Horn got hurt. Now it's like, oh, crap, like, all the pressure's on me. But for him, it seemed like he did the opposite. It's like, well, this mine now. Like, I got this, right? Let's get ready to roll. So it almost gave him an even extra boost of confidence, right? Because, like I said, I think down the stretch there in that KU game, he was phenomenal. So
he was.
He's got the mojo right now, and I'm interested to see how it is next week against the SEC defense. But he's got the mojo right now.
Spoon, you had your hands up. What you disagree? What you thinking?
I don't necessarily disagree. I just think the level of competition that we played so far is just, we really just don't know, like, where we are yet. Based on the guys we played, we did what we're supposed to do. So I got to take my hat off to the squad for that. But there are a couple of just a few things that I'm looking at, man. When you talk about the SEC on defense, you have to turn folks over. Not just going to be able to just stop the run, And some of these pass deflections that we're getting, we got 10 PDs, 10 pass deflections, only 1 pick. We've got the ball back 4 times total in 3 games. We've seen games where, Lagway threw 5 picks. The SEC, the coverage just get tighter. It's gonna be a tougher ride. We're really gonna have to see what the quarterback can do in those pressure pack moments. But like Max said, against Kansas, he came down the stretch and it was perfect. It was exactly what we needed. I just look forward to seeing it against SEC opponents, and I think I'll have a better gauge for it then.
I'm gonna go ahead and like, I hear what you're saying, but I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, we've seen guys who are on preseason Heisman favorites struggle with Group 5 teams, Frank. So, like, I hear you, but, like, I do think that it is something that to be a little more optimistic about and positive about, because he did do it in a rival game against FBS, against another Power 4 opponent. So I do think that like, it is something to look forward to, because I think that he's on the right track.
I agree. I would say it's definitely something to look forward to, but it's to me, it's something that still has to be answered, because once we get into that SEC play, then I'll be able to, it ain't a Group of 5, it ain't you just going into that game knowing you should kick their butts and you're not up for it, you're not ready. Now the KU game is an anomaly in a sense, because that game had so much weight. That was one of our questions, like, do these guys really understand what this is? And let's be honest, we've never been too keen of the team to the Western Mizzou.
No.
They've been really good. Like, they beat us a couple times, but I just never really thought they were that good. But it means a lot. We did it. We did exactly what we were supposed to do. I just can't wait for it to get going. I think South Carolina coming to Mizzou, regardless of what they got going on, they're gonna come off a win, chomping at the bit. Coming off a loss, chomping at the bit to get back on the right side of the column. And I think Bo's the guy to get it done. But I think the SEC is still where I make my decision on. So I'm just holding it a little bit closer. That's it, man. But
that's fair.
I expect them to come out and play some good football at home, and I expect everybody to be super excited about it. Just kind of sucks that Sellers might not be out there. I know we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, no, I think I look at what both of you guys have said, and I agree with both. Like J Mac said, there are some other schools out here with supposedly elite QBs who haven't really shown up against some of the weaker talent. So I guess today there's something to be said for a quarterback who comes to play every Saturday, no matter, regardless of the opponent. But if I am being objective about another team, I would say, oh, they haven't played anybody yet. It looks good today. Yeah. But I see both sides. So you got it. I give credit for taking care of business, but I do have some reservations there because taking care of business was relatively easy for the first 3 weeks. I don't want to call KU easy, but it's not SEC play.
They overcame some. That was a big game. That'd be a big moment for them in the season. I agree.
I agree. So let's get right into it. We've been talking about our next week. Let's talk about South Carolina coming off of a loss, which I don't think anyone expected. But when you lose your quarterback, anything can happen, and that kind of showed when they lost to Vanderbilt, man, 31-7. So I think one thing that makes me a little bit excited about us versus South Carolina is that Vandy put up 31 points. Not to take a shot at Vandy, but they're just not known for being some offensive juggernaut. So, J-Mac, talk about our offense versus South Carolina. What similarities do we have with Vandy, if any, and how can we expose South Carolina the same way Vandy did?
I think the only thing that we kind of have, similar to them is that our quarterbacks, theirs more than ours, can do some stuff with their legs. I do think that from a skill position wise, I think we're more talented than Vandy. I think our running backs are better. I think our receiving core is better. I love the way that they're using Kevin Coleman, getting him the ball, jet sweeps, reverses, but he's also running routes as a receiver, which is one thing I think kind of got lost a little bit last year with Luther. It's really tough to judge the game because of, anytime your quarterback leaves, it can be so deflating. We don't know what it did to South Carolina, so it's really hard to judge. I'm looking at the stats from the game. It wasn't like Vandy put up anything crazy. Looks like they were just consistent. They caused 4 turnovers. But the one thing that I've seen really in SEC play, teams are scoring points. So even with Sellers, it seems like South Carolina hadn't found their identity yet this year, or they've just been struggling a little bit because they did it against Virginia Tech, they did it against South Carolina State.
It was shaky, You
know what I mean? So I'm not sure that they'll be able to score enough to be able to beat us while we're at home. I don't think they're going to score enough. So, actually, I'm looking at some of these SEC scores, man. It seems like this year, right, you're going to have to be able to score points, and it seems like South Carolina's struggling a little bit. I like us at home. I think we're going to be too high powered for them, even if I think it's a race to 31, right? I think we get there before them, and I don't think they get close to it.
I agree. Spoon, if Sellers plays, how important is it for our front to be able to get to him, our down lineman, to get to him without, sending somebody else? How important is that going to the game if Sellers plays? I'm not sure if he's going to play or not, but if he does, how's that? We did it versus Jones from KU. So, but I think we're talking about 2 different animals between those 2 players. So how do you ramp it up for Sellers if he plays?
Well, they've been doing a good job of getting after the quarterback without having to, dial it up. You got D-line play that's pretty exceptional. I think Zion coming off the edge, the Wilson kid that transferred in and who leads us in sacks, and I think we can kind of rely on those guys with their experience in big games, and hopefully they can come out and get around that edge so we don't have to dedicate too much pressure, because I remember last season we ran a little bit too much tight coverage against them, and I think we were expecting him to not be able to throw like he did, but he threw 5 tutties against us last year. I thought we were really trying to get after them. So I think you kind of look at that and see what you did there, and kind of see how it plays into what they're doing now. But ultimately, you got to prepare for the quarterback you think you're going to play, but you got to have that plan for the guy that's really the guy there, which is 16. I think it'll be a better showing for the new guy because he actually knows he's going to get a chance to play with his guys. Because I looked at the was it against Tennessee? Where I'm not sure if it was the first game that South Carolina played against, but they went over the top, busted the game open with a punt return. Guy looked like Maclin running a punt return back. Then they threw one over the top to the track star, over the top of the defense and kind of busted the game open. That was here in Atlanta, man. There was some traffic going on here too. So they travel well. They're passionate about football. You look at Beamer. I mean, it's Beamer ball, man. Remember last year we talking about just the vibe
with
they had with
the Fantasia and all
the song they had with Fantasia, like just a good vibe there, man. I know they're gonna be clawing and scratching, but ultimately, man, they bring out the quarterback that's not the starter. We should be able to take advantage of that. And I think if we can stop, I think it's Fulton, the tailback, stop him from being on time in their run game and make them throw it, and then we can amp up those the same way Vandy did. We can go out there and get those takeaways, man. If we get those takeaways, there's no doubt in my mind with the way we run the football, you give us takeaways, that it's going to be a long day in Columbia for the Gamecocks. And it's a couple Gamecocks on my staff, so Coach Kev, I might have to go and get that get the cash app.
Look, one thing that I think that I'm kind of worried about going to this game is that this is the first time, I know it's only week 4 now, that the target is kind of on our backs. I think Kansas thought they could beat us, so I don't think it was a target. I think they just thought they were a better team. The other 2 teams, I don't count them because they're not Power 4 or 5 conferences, teams. Right. That talent level wasn't there. But now we have an SEC opponent coming into town off of a loss. This team was previously ranked, I think, top 10 at one time. Now they're unranked completely, or at least an AP poll. The target's on our back. How do you flip that switch offensively, Jeremy, to say, all right, now we're being hunted. Everything we've done kind of prior to this doesn't mean anything because this team is a different animal and they're hungry.
I think that happens within. I think Drink does a good job of keeping those guys focus on that something to prove attitude, mindset, right? I think I think that's something that won't poison that locker room. I think Drink does a really good job with that piece of it. And even last year or the year before when they climbed to these heights that that they wanted to get to, it was still that something to prove mentality. So at the end of the day, I say it every time, right? Like SEC, man, I don't really know when you're a quality opponent, favored, not favored, hunted, not hunted, man, you got to bring your big boy boots, man, and be ready to go out there and play ball. So that's in every game, that's in every down. I don't care if you 3-0 or 0-3 in the SEC, man. That just is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Spoon, do we need to do anything differently defensively going against an offensive line that matches up? This is SEC O-line now. You're talking about, like you said last week, corn-fed Midwest kind of guy. You got some guys who are big and they can move other men. So defensively, when you're evenly matched in the trenches, what does the defense need to do to overcome skill positions, the tailbacks, the running backs, in order to come out with a win?
Well, I think you got to challenge your defense. We did a good job of playing teams and negating the run. Kansas was really impressive. The other 2 games, of course, they probably shouldn't run the ball on you, so just can't get too full of yourself. You can't get too full of yourself. Man, they're going to move the ball a little bit. You got to let them know. Now, the challenge is to not let them move the ball, of course, but, hey, it's all right. They're going to get a first down. We're going to do what? We're going to line back up. Now, we would rather them first downs come by pass than by running because it just does something to the morale of the defensive front. And then you got the secondary players trying to creep up and do somebody else's job. Now you open up that back end, and we've done a good job of taking care of the run to where we can play coverage. And I think that's what makes us, special right now, So it's going to be a great opportunity. But I remember last year, man, we tried some man-free stuff against these guys, and they got some great speed outside. So it's going to really challenge that middle field safety. That middle field safety has to really be honest to where he aligns and how he drops and to play the ball once it leaves the quarterback's hand as opposed to maybe, saying I'm going to go over here because 3 receivers over here. No, just stay in the middle. And when the ball go up, you be the difference, man. The way you the way you split that field. That'll be the difference. But I think, man, you do what you do. You rely on your guys running around hitting. Like I said, Trotter in the middle, doing a dang good job. Jacobs, who came in with, Coach Platoon, is guy that knows the system. He's got a sack on the year. It's really a fiery defense to watch right now, and you just got to make sure that you let them know. Now this SEC play, just don't get down on yourself if something goes on that hasn't been going on this season thus far. Just stick with it.
I will say, so far, looking at South Carolina's offensive play, Spoon, they had one game where a wideout almost got 100 yards. Mm-hmm. And that is Harbor.
Yeah.
He had 3 for 99.
Right. He looked like Calvin Johnson, and he run like goddamn Xavier Worthy. So
that's what's crazy.
He can play.
We got to be very careful. We got to stay over top of that there.
Man, yeah.
He said he looks like Calvin Johnson.
But they're not going to be methodical though, Mac. They're not methodical. It ain't curl routes. It ain't.
It's one-on-one. If he has one-on-one, I'm gonna throw it up to him.
And I'm
he's 6'5", 235.
Oh, man, and a track guy. Now the guy who's the punt returner for them, if I can pull up their stats, let me see that punt returner, man, because he broke that game open against Virginia Tech in the
he did.
And that
V-Tech played him kind of close early.
It kind of was just, they just kind of, everybody just rolling around. It's just a good football game, right? Run it, punt it. And then South Carolina gets some big plays, and it just happened to be a punt. And Frank Beamer is actually in South Carolina colors going against Virginia Tech. And his son just, I know that had to be an emotional moment for the son, but it was Beamer ball beating Virginia Tech, and that's kind of just what sparked it.
This is random. Random, but speaking of Virginia Tech, so I guess is it Old Dominion?
ODU, baby.
So they beat 4 FBS or Power 4 teams, right? And it's been Virginia Tech 4 times.
Are you serious?
Yes, that's a Virginia thing right there.
They have 4 wins over Power 4 teams.
That's like if Missouri State or SEMO just had our number, Mac. Like, Mizzou come up here. We go up to Mizzou. It's power.
I would be sick. I'd be absolutely sick. So since we're talking about college football, let's listen to it, man. We saw some losses. We saw some big wins. I want to kind of let's we got to touch on Clemson. We have to touch on Notre Dame, and then I think to flip it positively, Miami looked awesome. But first, Notre Dame. Notre Dame, top 10 preseason, top 10 after their first game, started off 0-2. Now, I think they played good teams.
They did, Kevin.
But come on, man. Top 10 is crazy. Top 10?
But look at where the game was at. Both of them games on the road, man, wasn't they?
Yes.
Or no, I'll take that back.
Nah, they played A&M at home.
And it was at home, yeah.
The thing that I am going to be very interested in seeing
is
if they run the table, which they could, at 10-2.
Yeah, they in there.
They in there, right?
I'm gonna be upset.
But here's it though. With your losses to probably, I'm looking at the schedule.
Teams that got a shot.
USC has an outside chance of being ranked at the end of the year. Other than that, maybe Arkansas, because Arkansas just played Ole Miss pretty well.
I think USC just moved to the
other than
rankings,
that, Stanford, Syracuse, Pitt. I guess we'll see what happens with them. But they just lost to West Virginia, Boston College. If you run that table with your only 2 losses being to those 2 teams,
come on, solid. Mac.
They're probably
you're making a great case. I hate it.
The brand is in. Probably.
I don't like that.
Brand of ball.
But should they be at 10-2?
So wait.
Kevin, nobody plays more ranked teams than them. Nobody, bro. Nobody. You go back for the last, bro. Every team they've been playing been ranked, bro. Just go look, bro. The dude
not
is
this
really
year
taking chances.
As it presently stands, they only gonna have 3 teams, and USC is 25 right now.
Yep, they just came into the AP.
They just got in, and this is the thing with Notre Dame. Notre Dame, unlike a Mizzou or just us, you're not going to guarantee that you have top talent all season long, as far as your opponent goes. So, in my opinion, if you're gonna keep playing around and not be in the conference, you have to take advantage of every opportunity you get when you come playing SEC school or ACC school. You got to go in, you got to win, and I think it should be a convincing win. You can't coast alone.
What about Texas?
We all love
What about
just
Texas?
pick who we want to play.
What about Texas? What about Texas? They gonna be
Texas
judged
will
for that
have to
UTEP
play
game?
other SEC teams.
But that's gonna settle. That's gonna settle itself, is what he's saying.
Yeah, but
listen,
they gonna have that sorry ass win against UTEP. It's still gonna look bad.
That does look bad. That looks bad. And I don't know if we want to talk about Arch just yet.
I'm not, man.
I'll save it.
Let
We'll
Arch
save
live, man.
It must be the arch of his foot that's causing trouble out there. Cause
The problem is
Achilles heel or something like that.
the name carries weight.
Yes.
Right? But then, like, that's the problem with, like, I guess that's what makes sports also fun, is that, like, people create these narratives and the media drives in, they do this and they do that. Man, that dude has only started 3 games. Let that man, 4 games.
Ain't nobody telling him to get them commercials and
let him grow. No, listen, and then listen. You mean to tell me he's supposed to turn him down?
I mean,
No,
he got the money.
You don't turn him down.
They got the money. He say he ain't going to the league. Now they marketing him.
Let that man grow, man.
All right.
Let that man. Listen. While we talk about quarterbacks, we talking about quarterbacks and
being them
games right now.
commercials.
Okay, check this out. I just saw Deion's son told the Ravens not to draft him because he didn't want to back up Lamar.
Wait.
Like,
I'm not upset about that.
He's logical, Matt.
That's a great
He ain't playing
decision.
there.
You're not
ain't
going to
playing
play
there,
behind
man.
Lamar.
But whatever you say to me, I'm taking with a grain of salt when I'm making a decision anyway. Like, all right, son, get up out of here. Go to your next meeting.
Good point. Good point.
You know,
Good
like,
point.
it's just silliness.
what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this, dog. Like,
What?
these names and these guys and these families, right? I'm making, like, Arch could very well be that guy, and then the hate that he gets, okay, I get that, but bro, let the man grow into a quarterback.
How much time?
He's only lost 1 game. Like, he's got some growing pains. He's only lost 1 game.
So whoa.
To the defending national champions. Let the man grow, man.
Mac. Last week or week before last, I talked about how certain teams should look against weaker opponents, and how it will very well dictate the rest of your season.
I think the days of that all the time, every game, are gone. I told you that. I think the days of a team constantly always destroying these Group 5 teams, I think those days are gone. Because I think if you don't show up to play nowadays, there's some good players because of this portal. There's some good players that are trapped on some of these rosters, man.
Stop.
Bro, we've seen it, though. We've seen a bunch of teams struggle with teams they're not used to. Not even say struggle, but, like, it's not 60-something to 3.
It's UTEP.
Bro, I just saw North Texas beat Washington State 59-10.
Washington State also don't have a conference. Like, they out
I'm
here.
just saying.
Too. Yeah, they just
Look at UCLA right
You
now.
know the NIL ain't big if they ain't got no conference.
Now, UCLA is crazy. I don't know what's going on there.
Look
They
at
fired their head
UCLA
coach.
right now.
Good point.
They fired him?
Good point.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, let him go.
I think the days of it just always being that are done. And right now, like, Texas got some identity problems. They need to figure out, like, who they gonna be, how they gonna be. Like, 10 straight incompletions in a quarter. Like, no, Arch has to play better. I get it, but I do think that, like, I thought he's supposed to be a Heisman. Well, says who?
The media.
He didn't say it.
No one ever says it.
But I'm saying, but people acting like he's saying all this stuff, and people attacking that young man who's got 5 starts on his belt. Let that man grow, man.
Boy,
I heard that
my
UT
eyes-
was booing him too. I heard UT
Say,
booed
my
him.
eyes don't deceive me. What you say?
I said that boy talking about
see
the
what I see.
Heismans.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
hold on.
just saying,
Talk
man.
about
As an athlete, as a former athlete, dog, I think, like, that's my issue with sports media.
Okay.
Is, like, you know how many people, like, and my homeboy McCoy is one of the biggest like, he'll call somebody trash so fast.
Yeah, he will.
Like, I'm just like, you played the game, bro. Like, you know, sometimes it's a situation, sometimes it's a relationship, sometimes it's a scheme, right? Like, I think Arch can play. He has intangibles, right? Like, so let's see if it pans out. But everybody talking crazy about that kid right now. It just baffles me, dog.
I'm not gonna talk crazy about him, but I will say the look test is not passing it today.
I think
What you got, Spoon?
Arch Manning, dog, who did he play in Louisiana, dog? I know
Man,
Louisiana.
listen, man.
I know Louisiana a little bit, man.
Come on.
Louisiana, man. Hey, you out there playing ball? Yeah, they love it. They passionate about it, but you ain't LSU now. And they be making them schools up out of there. Same way they do them prisons in them parishes, bruh. There be some wild stuff going on out there. No disrespect to them, though, but I just don't feel like there's some of the, cause they'll build a school, throw a little building.
They do, yeah.
Everybody. Dion used to do it with Prime, with Truth or something.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. Anyway, not even get off on that. I just believe that the competition he was playing is the same way I felt about Shador when he came out. He proved me wrong now. You wasn't playing the competition until you got to Colorado. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all kind of, this how we want it.
Tailor-made for you.
It about to be,
Frank.
Bro, it was. And then when he got to the show, and now he's 5th round. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
So work.
J-Man.
Work Quinn Ewers. What was we think about him last year? Is it
We thought he should have lost his job.
Is it what is it? I don't
No,
know.
we didn't think nothing. I sat up here and I said there's a reason like why Sarkisian and him is staying with Quinn. I told y'all that.
You did. I thought he was just trying to be loyal.
Don't let him get in that portal, man.
Bro, you playing for a national championship. What you being loyal to?
Let
So
him
wait. Hear me out.
I'm trying to go win a
yes.
natty.
No. There's something to be said as a college head coach, especially at a school like Texas. There's something to be said for loyalty. This is why I think if I am a listen to me, Jeremy. Listen to me. If I am a quarterback coming out of high school and I see that this head coach isn't just bouncing from quarterback to quarterback, they're gonna stick with somebody and ride with them, I'm thinking, yeah, I'll go there. Because I think you're gonna ride with me. When you give me the keys, you're not gonna snatch them back after a couple bad games. So I thought that Stark was like, okay, you the guy, we already stamped it. I'm not pulling you based on what I feel like the media is saying or the fans are saying. So I thought that was a great tool for recruiting. I didn't think that he thought you was just way better than Manning like that.
No, I think he thought that he gave them the best chance to win a national championship. I truly if I'm competing for to win a national championship, right? I'm going to play these guys so I feel like they can win that for me. There's a reason why Arch, even in that game against Arizona State, I don't know if Arch had any plays. Right?
No.
Like I think he had a couple plays the round before that.
Yeah, he
But
did.
there was a reason why he stuck with him, because that was the guy who gave him the best chance to win. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody, I know you was at the game, or they was all screaming and chanting for him.
They wanted him bad.
We're not in that locker room. We're not on that practice field. We don't know what goes into the preparation. We don't know what goes into all that. And he stuck with who I thought. I don't think that's I guess you could say by default it's a loyalty thing, but it's also I put this body of work in. Each and every day I come here and I prove that I'm the best guy for the job, right? I don't care if I got this next great thing. Right now, I'm the guy.
Hey,
all right. I'll hear you out. Spoon. Yeah, Spoon.
That would what you're saying. What you're saying is GP staying with Chase Patton no matter what. Hometown kid.
No. After you've given Chase the keys, if Chase loses that job to Chase Daniel and during camp, so be it. But once I give the keys, I think that's a big statement from the head coach to the world of recruiting. Like, hey, if I give you the keys, I'm not snatching them back because you got a speeding ticket. No, I'm gonna ride with you.
But now y'all want him to snatch it from Arch.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
yes,
saying,
you was. You just said
I didn't
it.
say take him out the game. I said he doesn't look like
he
thought
just
he
said
would look.
alert.
Yeah.
Alert. No, we
you said it off. You said it off camera.
Whoa! You can't tell anybody what I saw on camera. It doesn't count.
That's all. That's not on the record, Jeremy.
That's crazy.
I'm playing.
Spoon. Who do you give me rank the conferences right now.
That's what I was.
Who's the
going to
best
get into.
conference? Who's the worst conference right now? With some of these losses that we've seen, Clemson just took an L, even though it was a conference game. Who's the best conference? Rank it all the way down to the worst conference.
Ooh.
We just going power fours.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go. The best conference it's got to be, the SEC, man. It's just too much excitement in this conference to ever look at another conference like it's more appealing or more satisfying to watch them play football. So I'm going to go SEC off top. And, oh, man, the Big Ten, they got some good teams over there, man. Everybody handling their business, Shout out my boy Barry Odom over there, 2-1 Purdue team. About to play some good ball this week. But I got to look at that, and say that's the second conference. I'm looking at Illinois. They still kind of like a sleeper over there, man. The head coach got a lot of great experience in the SEC. He's got them guys, revved up, man. They playing some good ball. And then I'll go over the ACC. I'll go Big 12. Got 4 undefeateds right now. They got 4 undefeateds right now, and Arizona State ain't one of them. So I'm telling you, that's a good-ass conference. I'm going to just keep it above. When I look at when I look at Texas Tech, they delivered on their money. Texas Tech, they getting ready. And the game's going to have to be, they got to play. They're going to have to play. But you got Houston, and you got Iowa State, who won overseas. You know what I'm saying? K-State, who's still in that conference, but they were ranked early. And then got Utah in the top 20. I mean, it's some, but Houston's my sleeper over there.
You're going Big 12 over ACC?
I go Big 12 over ACC, man. I'm going there. They got more. It's just more teams that I like.
Spoon.
Look, man. Iowa State, Houston, Texas Tech, Utah, BYU, TCU.
Yeah.
Right now they're undefeated all the way to UCF.
Let me ask you a question. Are any of those teams beating Miami, Florida State, or Georgia Tech?
Well, this is what I'm about to say. They about to start playing each other, so they don't have to worry about that. They about to start playing each other. They bought their wins, just like Missouri bought their wins. Now they about to start playing each other.
J-Mac, wait. Maybe they won't beat Miami, but that's the best team in that conference. But Georgia Tech?
Man, Georgia Tech, real deal.
They are
real
good.
deal.
They are good. But also, Matt, Georgia Tech is
who
I'm looking at
Clemson
this week to try to give us a spark. I'm looking at the way they run their offense and like, oh, man, you know what? That's an extended handoff right there. Oh, you know what? That's a jet sweep right there. Oh, that's a gimmick right there. And, I mean, the quarterback, he ain't slinging it, but he's a 5-star that don't got the moxie to throw the ball like other 5-stars, but he can flat out play. The boy from East Texas and that boy hard. Yeah. I don't lie to you. He can play. But when I look at him, I'm like, ACC just still, if SMU was still on the up and up, I might. Yep. I might be, might shoulder lean one time. Might hit the South Dallas swag one time. So, I don't know. I really just don't feel it.
So, J-Man, I'm assuming you think that it goes SEC, Big 10, ACC, then Big 12?
I think the Big 12 got a lot of teams that are exactly the same. They're exactly the same.
So you think Kansas is up there at the top with Iowa State? You think Kansas? I think
Kansas. So here's the deal. I think that Iowa State's probably the best team in the Big 12 right now. I do. I think the rest of them, they're all the same.
You don't think
I haven't seen Texas Tech play. Like I know they spent a lot of money, and they're all the same.
BYU, Utah, TCU, these teams all undefeated. I don't know.
I think they all the same.
J-Mac, I'm gonna go with Spoon. I think the Big 12 is slightly deeper than the ACC.
And this. You went over and snatched 2 of their best brands out the dang conference.
Yeah. So
but that's fine, guys. But like it is what it is. They're gone. They're gone.
We're here now.
Just like Mizzou's gone, right? We're gone. Right? Hey.
But that was years and years ago. Before we was talking about these 4 conferences the way we talking about. We used to talk about 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
That's a good point. Saying they're gone. I think they're all the same, and I guess we'll see. And you know what? West Virginia did just beat Pitt, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But Georgia Tech beat Colorado.
Conference when you say they're all the same though. When you say they're all the same, that's kind of how I look at the SEC. I don't look at nobody in there and say, "Oh man, they don't belong."
Yes, that's true.
Oh, that's a good point.
But how many? Like that's the same thing I asked, right? Like, okay, deeper, cool, great, right? A bunch of teams 7-5, bowl eligible teams, great, cool, we got it. I'm telling you right now, there ain't a team in the Big 12. They ain't a team in the Big 12 that can beat Miami and Florida State. It just
I
ain't.
mean,
So is that how you rank how strong a conference is?
No, but I just want to put it in perspective when we're talking about how deep the conference is. That's all.
you said
I see what you're
Miami
saying.
and
Like
Florida
they're
State.
deep.
I just
They're
find
deep
it hard.
for the Big 12. They're not like upper echelon deep.
I
Yes.
find it hard to jump on the ACC bandwagon on these blue blood programs that I grew up watching. You know what I'm saying? I find it hard because they always, if it ain't a guy there like a Devontae Freeman or Jameis Winston, then I ain't looking at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Carson Beck,
I'm with
get
you.
out of town, go throw there. You know what I'm saying? Go down there, go figure it out.
Agreed.
That's the only thing that gets me.
I'm with you. But a team that beat one of our beloved SEC teams, Miami just beat them by 40. So like, I'm just trying to put it in perspective for you. Also, Miami beat Notre Dame, who should have beat another top 10 SEC. So like,
Who should have
it's
beat
just
Miami?
I'm just saying.
Just
it's
put
early.
put
Hey,
Notre
listen, at the
Dame
end
in
of
our
the day,
conference.
it's early. It's early. So
It's early.
let's wait a couple of weeks.
Just
and
bring
see
Notre
how it
Dame
is.
in. Bring Notre Dame to
But
the SEC, man.
But that's fine. But I think you put the big.
Wait, Matt, you have
hear that?
to say it again. Say it again.
I said you put Notre Dame in the Big 12. I think they'll run through everybody.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you that.
Nope.
They won't. I mean, they won't run through everybody in the SEC or the ACC. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So that's how already not running through everybody in the Big 10. And I'm telling you right now, like Illinois is for real too. So
They are.
The Big 10. The Big 10 is strong. Like you got 4 of the top 10 teams in the nation. But I think it's deservingly so. With Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, and Illinois, that's legit.
I got you.
So my thing is, I still think with the Big Ten, the Illinois of the world, the Indianas of the world, I think when they go up against Oregon, they might get exposed. You play Ohio State, you might get exposed. So are you really that good? I don't know. The same way Indiana got done last year when they played the top talent in that conference. They looked like they wasn't blowouts, but we didn't think they're going to win those games. I think that's going to happen to Illinois and Indiana again this year. So the Big Ten, I think, it's still top heavy. Still top heavy. So like we'll see. So let's talk about the score predictions for. Let's talk about before we close. Let's talk about the score predictions. They got it right last week, so I'll let them go first. Man. How bad does Mizzou beat the Gamecocks? What's the score?
Do we have you have an injury update on the queue yet? Do we know?
We don't.
What's his
Let's
name?
assume he plays, man.
Lenore.
Assume he plays? Okay.
Lenore.
Let's assume he plays.
I'm gonna go.
I haven't been able to find anything.
I'm going to go 34-21.
Nah, he ain't playing concussion. He ain't playing. He can't play.
34-21 us? Perfect.
Yeah. If he does not play, I'm going to go 34-13.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go
Contingency plans?
28-10 Mizzou. 28-10 Mizzou.
I don't know, man. I think that run defense for real. We at home, man. I'm going 7-35 in my ZZOU.
Ooh.
I don't think Sellers playing. Sellers ain't playing, bro. We shut that run down. Either. We shut that run down. This boy ain't about to pass that ball like that.
And it's a nighttime game. Got them at 6 p.m. It should be fun. Should be fun.
Be a good one.
All right, fellas. Look, it's been a great night again. Here we go again, man. At the TruSons, brought to you by the Players Lounge. Once again, myself, Kevin Rutland, Sean Weatherspoon, Jeremy Maclin. Fellas, have a good night. Looking forward to it again next week.